the Radio Troller Entertainment Podcast Channel.
This is Face the Music, a pre-ELO song-by-song podcast. Episode -010, Ella James.
Sweet little girls and their money, now she don't wanna know me at all. Ooh, who's she gonna use? What's she gonna lose? Being without a James too long. Time to get up, but I can't afford a cab to the job, not at all. Ooh, have you got a hand? Give it to me, man. Being without a James too long. All right.
What's that song all about?
Ella James is the second track on Message from the Country, released on June 1st, 1971 in the UK, August 15th, 1971 in the United States. It was released as a single in England, but quickly pulled when Harvest decided to release Tonight instead. In the July 1994 issue of Record Collector, Roy Wood said,
I don't remember any tracks that were written together with Jeff Lynne. We worked on one of Jeff's, The Minister, that I liked a lot, and Ella James was one of mine that we both worked on.
John Verdekeest wrote in the September 5th, 2005 liner notes for the remaster of Message from the Country.
Ella James, a no-nonsense rocker in the tradition of Get Back and Brown Sugar, did however appear twice on a single within a few months. A cover version by the Nashville Teens, and the original is part of the Moves' Swan Songs on 45. 6 months after the release of Chinatown, the band were on their way to number 7 with their latest single, a 3-track maxi. The B-side featured Ella James and Do Ya.
The song was covered in 1971 by Nashville Teens.
How many years is it here? Of Eternal Bliss? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Eric Winsenson,
And I'm Eric Paul Johnson.
and we have a song simply titled Ella James.
That's it, Ella James.
That's it. At the beginning, I'm thinking, what does this remind me of? Then I caught it, which luckily it's only about a 3-something minute song, so it didn't take me long to figure out what I was thinking of. The verse at the beginning sounds slightly like Love Goes Where My Rosemary Grows.
She ain't got no money, her clothes are kind of funny, her hair is kind of wild and free. Sweet little girls and their money, now she don't wanna know me at all. Ooh.
Or Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes. My rosemary goes behind a tree, love grows there.
Love grows there.
Yeah. But no, that's what the verses sounded like at first, and then all of a sudden takes off into a nice little chorus, kind of, that gets into prog territory. And I think this is probably how you and a lot of other people like their progressive rock. Short and to the point. Get a bunch of key changes in there and everything else, but do it under 30 minutes.
Yes.
Which, I kind of like that too sometimes. I mean, I love those longer songs, but when somebody can figure out how to jam a bunch of stuff into just a few minutes, all power to them, and actually make it sound like a song, not like 3 or 4 different songs, just edited together like some later stuff in the ELO catalog. Yeah, I was looking up to see if there had been any single release of this, and I guess, yeah, it got released along as a B-side with California Man and some other stuff. But it would have stood as a good single on its own. I'm starting to be reminded why I actually like Message from the Country, because for all their experimenting and everything, when the Mood do something like this is where it really actually seems to come together. It seems to make sense what they're doing. And it doesn't sound a thing like No Answer.
No, it doesn't.
I know Message from the Country sounded a little bit like something that, like a track off of No Answer, but that's not a surprise. It was purely a Jeff Lynne track. This sounds like it's its own thing, and also does not sound like it's from Looking On.
No, it does not.
And I think Jeff probably had a hand in the production because it's a lot clearer than a lot of Wizard productions. So
Yeah.
But no, Roy gets a chance to experiment and everything. I mean, it's just a song about some woman named Ella Jane, or
Ella James.
Ella James. There's something about a woman named Ella James, and that's really about all you need. Really good song that I was surprised, because when it comes to Roy, sometimes it seems like he just doesn't know when to stop.
Yeah.
Maybe Jeff Lynne was a good influence, because he would come in, no, finally he had the power. No, we got the song. It's there. But what about crumb horns and me banging on a fire grill with poker and yodeling and no. We got the song.
Yeah. It's done. Let's move on to the next song.
But I brought in 30 cats. No.
No. Aside from sitar and a very extended wah-wah guitar solo, this song has a lot of things that I hate. It's got a grungy sound to it, and I'm not talking about clean distortion of Nirvana and 90s grunge. It's sort of like something that's been rubbed in the dirt and kicked around a lot. Sort of like an old, very well-used toy that you find at a thrift store. I guess in other countries they call them charity shops.
You're right. And we call those well-loved. Not old and used, it's well-loved.
Well,
I am well-loved.
Well, I don't know if you're going to be well-loved like this. The white plastic is a dingy yellow, almost like it's been soaked in urine, but of course that's sunlight damage. It's all scuffed and scratched up. Maybe if it's a play phone, you get little bits of dirt stuck in those holes where you hold the receiver up. The stickers are all scuffed and frayed, and some of them are peeled off or ripped off. And that bass, that chonky move bass,
What's he gonna lose?
it can get on my nerves. And of course, we've got the crumb horn or the oboe being played by Roy Wood, and it sounds like a goose caught in a bear trap. It's got all this stuff that I hate. And I really like the song. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it's what you pointed out that I missed. Because I like Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes, or something like that.
Where Rosemary goes.
Rosemary.
Okay.
I can't seem to say it right now. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I first heard it on Split Ends when I got that album in 85. In 1989, a friend got me a Roy Wood compilation disc, and it had Move, Roy Wood, early ELO, and Wizard stuff on it. And this was all stuff that I didn't have on CD at the time. So that CD got a lot of listen to. I like it. I don't know why I like it. I do love the piano solo. That's pretty good. That must be Jeff Lynne's work. And maybe that's what makes this song full of stuff that I can't stand, that hurts my ears, sound good and something that I like. Other than Cribbing Edison Lighthouse, it's got to be Jeff Lynne's influence to rein in Roy's overindulgence in his own creativity so that we don't wind up with a 97-minute song of, well, let's try this. Hey, look, I brought in a hibachi. Let's just smash it with a baseball bat and hear all those clangs, and we can work this in there. I like it. It's got to be the magic of Jeff Lynne that can turn a song that I would hate otherwise into something that I like. And I like all the wizards in there.
Sweet. Sweet, who's she gonna lose? What's she gonna use now?
That also helps too.
I was thinking, when you were talking about all the different things that Roy throws in, have you ever heard the band Neutral Milk Hotel?
Apparently, I guess I have the album In the Aeroplane Over the Sea.
Right. They only did 2 albums. That's the album they're mainly known for.
Okay.
But the one song on there that I really don't like is the long one, actually.
Yeah.
It's mainly acoustic and drones on. It's kind of annoying. But a lot of the stuff that they have is horns, banjos, a whole bunch of other different percussion, and everything is turned up and blasting at you in the loud parts.
Mm-hmm.
All in 1945 was the single, and it basically comes at you rather loud. But it works because they figured out, for the most part, that these should be pop song length.
Yeah.
And we're going to throw in a bunch of weird stuff, and we're going to sound totally different than anybody else, and we're going to do one of the most regarded indie rock albums of the 1990s. I don't think Jeff Mangum actually thought he was going to do that, but ended up being so. And it works, just like this works. I think that's the thing, is in some cases with the other albums, it worked sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But the more he added into it and the more he kept going on, especially since he didn't change a lot of the instruments.
Yeah.
Or the pattern. After a while, it's, here we go again.
Yeah.
Had a good song, and now we do the instrumental jam. Yep, there's the sitar. And
there's the creme horn or oboes, whatever they are. Yeah.
There's everything that he threw it. There's the kitchen sink.
There it goes.
Yep. And it just seemed like it was there to be there.
Yeah.
All of what's here in Ella James serves the song.
Yeah.
It doesn't serve to say, look at me. It serves to actually enhance the song.
Yes.
I think that's why you're not as annoyed as you are otherwise, because now, hey, it belongs. It's not just camping out and drinking my sugar-free Arizona iced teas out of the fridge.
Yeah. I like the ending. Also, I looked into the lyrics, and it is not a love song. It is a song about somebody who's been with somebody too long and just wants to get the hell out of there. Let's get out of this relationship. And there's a remake by the Nashville Teens, which we will not cover in the Under the Covers segment, because I can only find one copy of it, and it was on YouTube, and it's somebody holding their phone, pointing it at the record player as it's playing. So it sounds terrible.
Where can go wrong with that?
So, I'm not going to do that. But I do have an interview with Dave Pritchard from the Idol Race. So, you can hear that on the expanded episode over at Patreon.
I'm beginning to remember why I like Split Ends, basically, is what I've got. I'm beginning to remember why I actually like the album, because I haven't heard it in forever. And so this is starting to recall a little bit of why I enjoyed it.
We're 2 songs in. Message from the Country was fantastic. This one was catchy. It's not better than Message from the Country, but it's still good, and I enjoyed it, and I will take it, especially after slogging through Looking On.
Got something to say about Ella James? Well, call the telephone line voicemail.
623-850-3375. Call now.
Face the Music, a pre-ELO song-by-song podcast, is a production of Radio Trolla Entertainment Assorted Deli Meats Amalgamated. You can contact us by voicemail at 623-850-3375 or email us at eloftmpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll read and reply to it on the show. Keep up to date by joining our Facebook group and spread the word by sharing the link or giving us a quick rating on iTunes. Subscribe to our YouTube page, the Electric Light Orchestra Podcast channel, to hear other goodies. You can financially support the podcast at patreon.com/ELOpod or PayPal using the podcast's email address, or send a check or money order to P.O. Box 1932, Superior, Arizona 85173. Next episode, -009. No time.
REPC, the Radio Trolla Entertainment Podcast channel.